Maybe I should have an after midnight snack and a cup of warmed milk set out for me after this, so I may get back into some of that you decide if need be in for a beauty being all about that restitution. Be you sapiosexual, sapio-spiritual, a combination of the two, or something else entirely here. For frost of all, let's question whether we will be disclosed from birth to thaw here to there, and what follows may, as would be already existing, as a naked truth, from the incredible shrinking woman to the invisible man being the emperor impressing who wears no clothes here. For this we may need to either create our own personal glyphs for symbolizing the sigils in mind, porting to process from heart to brain for pan of preciousness. For simplicity's sakes, we will ask for new symbols for how to empower numbers through our calculations for garnishing results that may or may not accurately untangle what variations may yield from benefactors to beneficiaries. What does a small number to the upper right of a big number signify in mathematical formulae? Exponentiations, aka raising to a power. Example, 5 to the 5th power equals 3,125, if I'm calculating the formula correctly. Let me off the hook as fish or worm here, for that catch-22 may be either catch and release, or loss of bait from bobber to the jigging of weight, line, and sinker. What we are proposing here of now for rudimentalizing a kind of bell curve to curtail calculations, citing remainders as indicative of being closer to their base number or closer to the number the remainder indicates the base is less than. The proposal for this would be a small plus or minus insignia to the upper right or left of the number being crunched by the formulae with our additions to descriptors in our alternative philomath for use in calculations of this bell curve boxing to our proclivities, as would for this vessel be in an all seemingly curvy nature. The minus insignia indicating the number it shoulders would actually be the base number less than it, save with a remainder in the percentage range above 50, whereas a minuscule plus insignia shouldering such a number would indicate it having a remainder beyond its actual value, save this remainder being less than 50% closer to being the next whole number above the base being elucidated. If this addition to how mathematical formulae are conjugated equationally proves the intuitive approach this vessel and its guides are postulating may be applicable when Loa on horse may be rounding out any jaggedness edging on fractalizing design patterns in obtuse to asymmetrical cascade from flux of quantum superpositioning to detangle knots of juxtapositional entanglement barring physiospatial apparencies from hourglassing from quantum collapse through a proposed Mesmer's law of believing is seeing to seeing is believing, or has someone let Schrodinger's cat out of the box without loosing the isotope living out its half-life back in the box there, rounding out any jaggedness previously hampering Hermetica from shell to shell, entangled in the mirror of reflection, bridging quantum and classical thermodynamic physics with this nuance to curving to bell ringing call of enlightenment through this prism of nuanced superpositioning? XYZ PDQ. Love you and yours with all my mind, for heart and soul. Thanks for being in your Listens for Feels here, with all our love from me to you. And let's go ahead and hear it for Bilbo's There and Back Again. And again. XYZ PD.